Coming up next, it is Brandon Lucan and Peter Von Braun. Peter the Boss Man Braun? I don't know. Just go on the stage.
Sweet. And thus ends the multimedia part of our show.
I have known Brandon literally every day of college.
Peter was stalking me. I don't remember it at all. That first day.
I saw him at the first dorm meeting and I thought, man, this guy's loud. He keeps going on. He won't shut up. Oh my God, he's still not shutting up. For the love of God, please stop.
Are you done? Yeah. Good. I get nervous in group situations, and I get vocal when I get nervous. And when I get vocal, I sometimes don't think about what I'm saying. It leads to bad things.
Well, the first thing I can recall wanting to say to Brandon is, for the love of God, cram it, Beardo. I didn't, because in the spirit of the first day, and the fear that if I wasn't really nice now, I might never make any friends at college.
It's true.
I merely restricted myself to a concerted effort to set fire to him with my mind.
So that's what that itching was.
No, that was scabies.
You should see Charles about that. Like I said, I don't really remember. Well, I don't really remember Peter that well. I remember he was the last person I met on the floor. I remember you were tall. You're still tall. You had tall, brown hair. He was thin, wafer thin. Turned him sideways, you couldn't see him anymore. It was like a credit card. You could just slide in under the doorway. You didn't even need a key. That's about all I remember of Peter.
I believe the words you were looking for were tall, dark, and handsome.
No.
Well, it was true I could slip under my door, which was good, because most of the time the lock was broken. I didn't see much of Brandon for the first semester because I was on crew, which sucked time like some of my floor mates sucked other things. Getting to know Brandon took time because I was disappointed in my initial attempts at pyrokinesis, and I don't suffer loud stupidity easily. For some reason, people say I'm judgmental.
Peter, judgmental? Always! Well, Peter's out doing crew. I was hanging out in other dorms, failing on improvisational comedy, and writing strange news articles for the Trail.
Look, a Yeti in Preswoods!
And now they just have shrooms. I tried to be anywhere and everywhere in my first semester, which meant I didn't spend a whole lot of time in my room. And then came second semester, and when I did spend time there, I was sawing my wardrobes off the wall, because they interfered with the feng shui. I was actually in my room when I was doing that, and for one reason or another, Peter decided that my destroying furniture was an asset in his sophomore housing plans he was developing, and he wanted to include me in those. I was kind of confused.
That's a question that plagues me to this very day. But, when I was around the dorm more, I actually saw Brandon, and I think what really did it for me was the sawing the wardrobes off the wall. Some well-intentioned individual from facilities had anchored him to the wall with bolts in an effort to prevent us from being crushed during an earthquake.
I'm from Southern California. We get earthquakes all the time. It's no big deal.
In case you didn't know, people from Southern California are made of metal.
It's amazing.
I thought that anyone who not only owned a saw in the dorms, but was willing to use it in an unprovoked assault on his furniture was my kind of guy. I mean, that's the sort of badly thought out manly thinking I can get behind. Plus, it pissed off RRA, which was a fantastic sport in any season.
I got a pool going in the dorm to see how many people could piss him off.
The suspicion that Brandon might not actually be such a bad guy was borne out by his ability to hold a good conversation and make me alcoholic beverages, which I always liked. I was already planning on living in Trimble at the time and decided that the Puritan prison-style architecture there could use some serious renovation.
Like a closet.
No, that's too good. This is how we ended up living across the hall from each other 2 years running. Only the second year, the hall was narrower, the walls were thinner, like painted air, and the romantic, I didn't keep tonic on, closer.
Funnily enough, none of the furniture in Trimble was attached to the wall, which I found fascinating and confusing. That's not to say we didn't heavily modify some of the furniture with fire and screwdrivers, but my saw stayed silent.
That bed did get charred.
Oh, they wrote us up for that.
It was in Trimble that our love burgeoned. We met each other's parents. It all centered on my real love at the time, an actual live woman. You'll never believe it, but I'll let Brandon continue.
So, he met my parents. Let me explain. Half of my family is from the deepest, darkest, worst part of the South.
Think Deliverance. That's scary.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Yes, those people. They live on that river. It's terrifying. When my uncle died, his wife was in Salem because he emigrated there because he couldn't stand me because he went to college. And I don't drive because I'm a shiftless loafer. And I persuaded Peter to take me to the Portland, Salem area so that I can meet his parents, he can meet my parents, and he and I, plus my parents, could go to this wake. The four of us bonded over watching my family members get belligerently drunk and high for the fourth day, the only day that the police didn't show up, while listening to the same country mixity over and over and over and over. Well, they were too drunk to notice, really. So, Peter left at dark, and that's when they really became vampires, and I was stuck on another level of hell. Involves your family devouring a whole roasted pig. Eyeballs and all. I had to sing so that we could leave. And I don't sing pretty, not like Garden. I had to sing B-W-R-U-N, beer run, B-W-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a tender file, a car and a key, and a sober driver, B-W-R-U-N, beer run. That's how I had to escape. Right after that, that's when Peter and I really bonded. And right after this adventure, Peter got together with a girl, and he loved her very much. And then she stayed at Broad Myra.
2 things you all should know. First, don't trust anyone named Hubie. He might ask you to be a drug mule. Second, it's nothing personal, but I hate Ireland. You took my girlfriend.
And while Peter's girlfriend was off drinking Guinness in court, Peter was sad. Peter was very sad. I had to mop up the emotional wreck that was left behind. I made him juice when he was sick, persuaded him to leave that hellhole that was his room in Trimble and go out and talk to people. I even helped him get the Doom movie on Valentine's Day so he could wallow in his feelings, his manly, manly feelings.
Hey, don't make fun of The Rock.
That's what I want.
And by emotional wreck, let me clarify. That's really not accurate. I think sniveling, pathetic wretch describes it a little better. And Brandon got to deal with this because he was across the hall from me, and the architecture of his room was such that if I stood in his door, he couldn't get out. So he had to listen. I also bore auditory witness to some of Brandon's early romantic adventures. These have already been chronicled at Cocktales, and besides, I'm still trying to forget them, so I might one day sleep again.
I didn't know anybody had heard those. I have to remember that.
Like a boot stuck in mud, but wetter. Word of the wise. Lie when placed on a Q-tip and forced into the sinuses doesn't clean your memories. Having met Brandon's parents and Brandon having met my feelings, we were well on our way to becoming hetero life mates.
It's not to say he was silent. Us becoming good friends, hetero life mates, if you will. I came around in spring 2006, looking back. 2006 was a pretty shitty year. My academics were mediocre at best. And my summer job was atrocious because you cannot pay anyone enough money to paint a parking lot. You think some high-tech machine does it? No, it's an idiot with a minimum wage job and a paint roller. Some of those lines aren't exactly